Good morning, David Harris here, back in Marrickville. I opened a store here 40 years ago. I was a bit out of control and ended up having to quit that store, but we won't be quitting this one. This one is a cracker. I think this will be one of our very finest stores. It's going to be fun, it's going to be the centre of the community, and I'm really proud to be part of it. This week just happens to be a particularly good week for imperfect fruit. The imperfect fruit that we sell is an absolute bargain. It saves waste, it is great value, and it always eats right. So, for example, what I'm calling this week Not So Pink Ladies, where they've gone through a very, very hot period in their final growth stage, and they don't get the colour. You know what, they're exactly the same apple inside. Some of them have got a little blemish on them, but magnificent. And the prices we're selling them at this week, it's about a third of the price of the premiums, and the only difference is the red skin. These little hash avocados are just such good value. $2.99 a kilo in all the Harris stores this week. I mean, that is extraordinary. So you can afford to buy 5 or 6, you're buying them at about 50 cents each or less. Then we come to mandarins. Mandarins are absolutely in season. They're the fruit that is just about in every lunchbox. And what's wrong with these? They've got a little scarring on them, like that, which usually ends up in the landfill, which is just silly. They eat exactly the same as your premiums, but again, at about half the price. So there's 3 fabulous items. Actually, no, come down here. We've got zucchini, they're a little bit too big. We've got eggplants that have a minor scar on them. And we've got Kumera, which is all sorts of different sizes, some too big, some too small, some with a minor scar. All of these are great value at Harris Farm this week. Always a bit of a discussion point between Kathy and I as to what we take home. I often like things that are not quite as good for you, but she keeps an eye on me, which is good. But today, I'm interested to see they've got some organic strawberries here that are just unbelievably good. All the strawberries are now from Queensland, and they will just get better and better and better. Strawberries want cool nights, hot days. So that'll happen more every week going forward. And so we're going to see an enormous amount of strawberries hitting the market in about 10 days' time. Yeah. These are just fantastic to eat. If you've got a choice when you're looking round, try and avoid the one. Naturally, the Harris Farm ones don't have it, but try and avoid a lot of white on the ends. That means they're picking them too early to miss the rain. We'll just let a few customers go through. So Queensland strawberries, they'll be the focus for the next two months, weather permitting. If they have deluges like they've had in the last week, won't be so good.
Poor darling.
And of course our specialty grape section, just as fabulous as it's been for the last 4 weeks. Probably only a week or 2 to go on them. Almost football-sized white grapes, and the red grapes are just so fantastic. But something I really want to recommend is these heirloom tomatoes. We've got a farmer down in Virginia in South Australia who grows these for us. They are the best eating tomato. They're usually double the price of the others, but this week it just so happens that in fact they're exactly the same price as your truss or your field tomatoes. In fact, maybe even a little cheaper. Come with funny shapes and they're soft, but the flavour is just to die for. Brussels sprouts. Now, Brussels sprouts was something that I hated eating when I was a kid. Everybody did, because they were a bitter, awful product. Breeders now have got much sweeter varieties, and the people are much more flexible in how they cook them. I mean, my mum used to boil the crap out of them, and that did nothing for anyone. Now people do them with bacon and all sorts of additives, and they're just delicious. But the other very good winter veggie this week is the cauliflowers, which seem to go up and down all the time, and this is a down week. $3, $3.50, something like that. These are a bargain. So there's your two winter veg for this week. If you can get to Marrickville and have a look, please do. You're going to be astounded at the beautiful fresh produce in the store. But if you can't, go to your local Harris farm. It's winter. We've got the winter specials for you. Let's get in and shop.